I'm Chef Calvin, and today with Paderno, we're going to be making hearty beef and vegetable stew. We're going to begin our stew making by using the Dutch oven, and the beauty of it is the beautiful heavy bottom. So the first thing we're going to do is put our pot on and heat it up a little bit. And just while that pot's heating up a little bit, we're going to get our beef ready. And we've selected, you can certainly use a stew meat, but a good sort of roast is also quite nice. So we're just going to cut that up into cubes. So we're now going to take a bit of flour and toss our meat into some flour. There's always some debate as to whether or not you want to salt and pepper your beef at this point. You can. And we're going to toss that into the flour. And this flour will sort of become the thickening of your stew. So now we're going to take a little bit of oil, put it into our warmed up pot. And then we're going to take our beef and put it into the pot. You don't want to put all your beef in at once because it'll slow down the browning process. Now that we've finished sauteing off the beef, we're going to work a little bit on making our sauce for the stew. Now that we've removed our meat from the pot, we're just going to put in a little bit of oil, and we can saute off our onions. And we're just going to add a little bit of chopped garlic as well. The benefit to sauteing up the onions and the garlic is you get a lot more flavor from them if you saute them up with the oil rather than just putting them in without sauteing them. We're now going to deglaze the bottom of the pot with some red wine. And that should remove all of those wonderful caramelized bits of meat and onion and flavor. And then we'll return to the stove. I'm just going to put a bit more in. So now that we've reduced the red wine by half and the beef stock, we're going to put in return our beef to the pot. We're going to add our tomato paste. And we're going to add a couple of bay leaves. And now we're going to just put it on the stove and simmer it for about 45 minutes on a very low heat. So we've used the Parderno stock pot to make some beef stock. What is stock? Stock is a flavorful liquid you get from boiling up beef bones with vegetables and onions and celery and some garlic and herbs. And it's sort of used to flavor the soup. So we're going to add that to our pot as well. So our stew's been simmering for about 45 minutes, very gently on a very low heat. And it's wonderful smell. And now we're ready to add our vegetables. So we're just going to take our cutting board, and when you're doing up vegetables, it's sort of good to square up the sides a little bit to make it nice and safe as you cut them up. And we're just going to peel some turnip here. And we just want to do a nice dice that'll sit nicely onto a spoon, is sort of the size that you want to look at. And the vegetables can go right into the pot. And that was our turnip. We can also add our carrots and some cubed potatoes as well. Give that a stir around. We can finish off with a little bit of chopped parsley. And now we just need to simmer it till our vegetables are tender and done. About another 30-40 minutes, we'll finish off our carrots and turnips and potatoes. So our stew has been gently simmering for about 35 to 40 minutes, and we'll take a look at it. And so we want to check and see that the potatoes and vegetables are nice and tender, which they are. And there we have it.